Good morning. I'm Andrea. Welcome to my yin class, my weekly yin class. So some people are here live through Zoom, and if that's something you're interested in doing, let me know. Take a deep breath and just begin to settle in. So for the next 50 to 60 minutes, we're going to be tuning inward. And today I want to have us do some affirmations throughout our class. So a little bit about affirmations. Affirmations are actually very triggering. And that's not a bad thing. So when we say something to ourselves that we want for the future, but we don't already have, saying it is like a lie to our system, and our subconscious knows it. And that's why it can be triggering, because when our conscious thoughts are not in alignment with our subconscious thoughts, things happen in our body. It's like a lie detector test. So we know, just so we know going in, that affirmations are triggering, and sometimes people will say things to themselves like, well, that's not true, or this will never be true for me. We want to actually welcome that resistance that we have to the affirmation, and welcome the sensations that come up and feel uncomfortable with the speaking or even silently saying the affirmation. And then that will actually start to clear some of the interference that you have around that particular affirmation. And if you can continue breathing into it, like of course we're going to be doing during class today, that'll actually release that energy or pattern that's been stuck in a loop for a good long time in your system, so that the next time you say that affirmation, there's not quite as much resistance. There may be some, but not as much. So that is our goal, is to work through these layers of resistance, which are just protective toward the way things are now. Our system will hold on to old stuck emotional patterns, and unless we find a way to address them. And so this is one way to address the stuck patterns, is through saying of affirmations. And one of these days I'll talk more about afformations. I believe there's a book about afformations, and I'll just say right now, it's simply a way to say an affirmation where you start it with a question. Like, instead of "I am peaceful and happy," the question would be, "Why am I peaceful and happy?" And that naturally assumes that you're peaceful and happy and that you're actually looking for the reasons why. And so that can be another way to tap into the subconscious. There's so many ways. All right, so we'll just do a little bit of our spinal warm-up, and with the stomach circles going counterclockwise. Oh my, the sun is going to come out. Uh-oh. I thought it was going to be all overcast in this great big window I'm sitting in front of. So I don't know, I might have to adjust or I'll just be a big white blur. And the other direction. So as you come around the front, inhale, and around the back, exhale. Okay, just texted my husband to see if he can fix the sun situation. in any way, shape, or form with a big umbrella outside. All right, so coming back to center, let's do spinal flexes. Inhaling, bringing the belly and the chest forward and through. Exhaling, letting the back and spine round back, holding on to the shins, about halfway between the ankles and the knees. Inhale as you come forward, exhale as you round back. So as you come forward, your elbows bend a little bit and you kind of pull yourself through. And as you exhale, the elbows straighten and you allow yourself to round back. But let your head be neutral, staying more or less in the same place, whether you're going forward or backward. Okay, and inhale the last final inhale on the exercise. Hold the breath in and up. Stretch the spine straight. Tuck the chin. Gaze up and in at the third eye. And when you're ready, exhale and relax everything down. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. Okay, now we'll do just one more, and this is for energetic reasons. We're sort of loosening what's going on down here, the tight energetic patterns in our lower triangle with these first couple of movements, and this next one will try to raise it up even more. So it's like every time you raise your shoulders up, imagine that energy that was dense and stuck down here in the Svadhisthana chakra to begin to waft upward and either come into the flow of your energy or just release. Anything that comes into the flow of your energy gets integrated. The things that are stuck, these stuck patterns, they are not integrated. They're like little pockets of gunk. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. Started doing shoulder rolls. Okay, so inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, drop. We're not very good at multitasking. We think we are, but we aren't. So as my husband was setting up the umbrella, my mind just went totally elsewhere. So we want to try not to multitask as much as possible. We want to have our mind on what we want to have our mind on. And if we're very anxious or overwhelmed by a certain thought pattern that just keeps running in a loop, that's a sign of the gunk hidden somewhere in your body. And the thing you want to do is bring your thoughts to something specific on purpose. It could be your breath. It could be where you feel the gunk in your body. Again, we're inhaling up, exhale, just drop down. So affirmations can be a way to bring our attention on something. But don't beat yourself up if the affirmation isn't true yet. And that's the kind of the point of an affirmation, is to find what bugs you in life and then come up with an opposite thought which you can turn into an affirmation, and then focus on that while you do, even if you just do something like this, some kind of movement in your body while you focus Okay, on the final inhale up, hold the breath. And exhale. Okay, so our first yin posture is going to be butterfly. And that's where we put the soles of our feet together. You may hold on to your feet or not. So in the beginning, as we move into this posture, start with a straight spine. Meaning you may lean forward, but hinge from the hips. So keeping your spine straight, your chin is slightly tucked. Your heels don't have to be right next to your pelvic region. There can be a space of like 10 inches or so between your heels and your pelvis. And on an exhale, holding on with a straight back, exhale forward as far as you can while maintaining a straight back. And take a couple inhales and exhales right there. And then inhale, come back up. Just notice where that was tight for you. Developing an awareness for our bodies. Heavy sighing, yawning, burping is all a good sign of energy releasing. So welcome it all. On the next inhale, we're going to go down further and not necessarily keep our spine straight. I don't know if I said that right. On the next exhale, so inhale. And as you exhale, bring your body forward. Maybe hold on to the feet. Allow your spine to round and drop your head. So you can either have your head just hanging, or you could have a block. You don't necessarily need props for your class today, but sometimes they come in handy. So you could have a block under your head that maybe also sits on the lengthwise on the feet, just so your head has something to rest on. Not absolutely necessary. And the affirmation for this one is, I'm grateful for my healthy body, mind, and spirit. So this is where I'm saying, okay, that may not ring true for you because you know you have a certain something, it's been diagnosed, you've had it for decades, you know, that kind of thought, which is totally reasonable. So saying, I'm grateful for my healthy body, mind, and spirit is a little bit of a lie for some people. But again, remember, we want that stuff to be dislodged and come up. We want to feel it. If it is a lie, we're going to feel it somewhere in our body where we're saying, no, that's not true. And just breathe. I'm grateful for my healthy body, mind, and spirit. Maybe you can come into it just a little bit more.
we have 30 more seconds in this posture, can you go a little bit deeper for that amount of time? Keep breathing. I'm grateful for my healthy body and mind and spirit.
And now slowly begin to help yourself up and straighten your legs out so you can have a rest period between postures. Go ahead and lay back. Knees are bent. Soles of the feet are flat on the floor. And we're going to come up into bridge pose. So this will be a little bit of a arch for our back and our spine and a heart opener. Go ahead and on the exhale, lift your hips up, squeezing your buttocks, your legs, your belly, the muscles around your lower back. They're all being squeezed. You can reach underneath, clasp your hands. My body and my symptoms and sensations, my bodily symptoms and sensations are a gift, and I appreciate them. Continue to push your pelvis upward. My body's sensations and symptoms are a gift, and I appreciate them. I welcome them. Release your hands, let them come wide, and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, begin to lower your spine back down till finally your sacrum is the last to come down. And you can rest in this posture, or you can straighten your legs. You might want to stretch out a little bit. And then slowly begin to come up into seated pose. Okay, so this next one is a stacking of the legs, the shins really. So you can have your, let's start with our left shin from knee to ankle. You want to try to line that up with the side edge of your mat. It may not look like it from here, but just do your best to have that be perpendicular to your body, if that makes sense. And then the full posture would be more like bringing your right ankle up on your left knee, and there may be this great big gap here, and that's okay, but you could use a block, like you could pull a block over and support yourself there or under here. And if that's all too much, then you could still take this right leg and shin and put it outside the other one. So not right, not right in like easy pose, but one leg out more. You can see me. Okay. Or again, it could be this one. And you can see that gap starts to close. It can start to close pretty quickly. After the first challenge of the day, or at the first challenge of the day, it's pretty stiff, but it may quickly begin to release. And now, so whatever leg is on top, rotate your body toward the opposite side, and you can have your hands out to the left. And you can also start to fold forward here. So you'll really feel it on that right side. Could be in your hip flexor in the front. Could be the IT band. Could be the glutes. Okay, so think about this one. I live life to the fullest and take nothing for granted. With our affirmations, we want to find what we're saying to ourselves at any given time of the day, any moment where you hear yourself say something negative to yourself. Doesn't even have to be out loud to somebody else. It could just simply be, I suck at this, or this never going to happen for me. And catch the thought and then create an opposite affirmation that doesn't include any of the negativity. It could even be like, I have a headache, I have a really crappy headache. So we don't want the word headache to be in the affirmation. So you don't want to take that and switch it to, my headache feels better. Instead, you'd want to just say something like, I feel great in this moment. Again, that's going to be triggering. Okay, back to this one. I live life to the fullest and take nothing for granted.
I might even switch that affirmation to I live life to the fullest and embrace everything. Leaving out the nothing, taking nothing for granted. Just a little minor adjustment, but it's something to think about when you're creating affirmations. So just a little exercise on what I mentioned earlier with the affirmations. I might as well talk about it a little more today. Like in this situation, I live life to the fullest and take nothing for and embrace everything. It could be, why do I live life to the fullest and embrace everything? Then your brain is immediately going to start looking for answers for that, which is a good thing. You're going to find the gratitude. Or how do I live life to the fullest and embrace everything? And it's not like you have to come up with the answers consciously. Your subconscious is going to start to do it. Okay, and slowly begin to walk that up or uncurl. Straighten both legs slowly. Okay, and let's begin to set up for the other side. I'm just going to move a little bit. Okay, so this time your right leg would be down, shin in front, somewhat away from your pelvis. It's not like that, but like this. And look at that first big gap. It's huge. Again, you could have that upper leg just more out in front of the other one. And then this time we turn to the right. I'm confused about where to move. So this one is, I love myself fully at my current age. So we have so many reasons why we think we can't love ourselves. When we're young, we think we're too young, like teenagers, right? They want to be older. And then when you start to get older, you might think you want to be younger. It's all hard on your nervous system to be resisting what is happening right now. So I love myself fully at my current age. Or again, with the affirmations, why do I love myself fully at my current age? What is, I was going to say, what is the evidence of me loving myself at my current age? How do I love myself at my current age? So you can change the angle of how you're bending to the side. You could try to go a little more diagonally forward. Just see what gives you the best stretch for you. And begin to help yourself back up. Help your ankle off your knee and straighten both legs. You can windshield wiper your feet. Slowly alternate lifting one knee and then the other, keeping the heels down. Okay, we're going to come on to all fours. You might want to block handy for this one, or a pillow, some kind. We're going to come into puppy pose. Actually, we're going to do melting heart. So start by lengthening the distance between your neck and your tailbone. So stretch that. Keep your hands in one place. Your shoulders are above your hands, but then pull, like pressing into your knees and your feet, and use your belly. Lengthen the spine here. And breathe. So knees are about hip width apart. You're going to start to stretch your hands out in front of you. Keep your upper legs perpendicular to the ground. And this is where the block may come in handy. You might want to put a block under your chest. And then you can rest your head on your mat, on the forehead, on your mat, or just depending on what's going on with your neck, you could also have, or you could have your chin on the floor. So our affirmation is, today and every day I honor and celebrate myself. So make this a little more active by squeezing your shoulder blades together and down your back toward your tailbone. Today and every day, I honor and celebrate myself. If you start to get numb or tingly under your armpit area, come out of it a little bit, back off a little bit. So before you come up, first take a breath, and then on your exhale, begin to press into the various parts of your body that are on the mat and helping yourself come back up. You can rest off to one side. I'm starting on my left side, hand holding me up. Again, just breathing into this chest area, expanding, not trying to fill the chest. So on your inhale, breathe in through the nostrils and fill the belly. First the lower belly, then the upper belly, then the lower lungs. But don't continue like trying to fill all the way up to your collarbone. And take a few breaths like that. And now we're going to extend our legs out. Stack each leg, stack your right leg on top of your left, and you're sitting in side sphinx. So this lower arm, the left arm, is at a right angle, bent from the upper arm to the lower arm. The palm is down. And while you're here, lift up taller so you're not sinking down into the shoulder. Let it be a long distance between the elbow and the base of the skull. And feel the stretch on the left side body. And then adjust your body to maybe roll back just a little bit, like your legs, and open your chest here. Sit up so you're not dumping into that shoulder. Slightly tuck your chin. I'm satisfied with my life path. All is well. I'm fully satisfied with my life path. All is well.
affirmation, why am I satisfied with my life path? How is all well? If you come up with negative answers to those, welcome those. We don't want to hide those even from ourselves. And as you would like a little baby who needs attention, just take a moment to cradle your thoughts. Say yes to them. Send them love. I'm satisfied with my life path. All is well. Remember, sit up tall through your shoulder, your left shoulder. And begin to bend those knees, curling up the legs a little bit. On an exhale, as you exhale, then lift up. And we'll come over to the other side to get ready for that. So we don't have to rest too much in between these two sides. Find that posture again. It may feel less tight on this side or more tight, somewhere along through the rib cage, all the way down to the hip bone, maybe up in the upper ribs. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths in through the nose, followed by a deep exhale. Let the exhale be a little longer than the inhale. But on the inhale, expand the abdomen. You might even feel a better stretch as you do that on the inhale. And then a nice long exhale. Do that a couple more times over here. Sit up nice and tall through your shoulder. Push into the mat with your elbow and your forearm. Lifting your shoulders up. I'm excited to see what the future will bring. The affirmation could be, what am I excited about that the future will bring? Why am I so excited about what the future will bring? You do some kind of a micro movement within your own body
to adjust this posture so that it's even more of an intense stretch. Like for me, if I push into my right elbow and pull my chest forward a little bit with my elbow, you can see a slight movement there. That stretches out my torso even more, and I can feel it up into my front heart chakra on the right. So just find some kind of a slight adjustment that most people wouldn't even know you're making because you're barely moving. Begin to slightly bend your knees and pull your heels up toward your buttocks. Inhale. On the exhale, begin to push yourself up. Straighten your legs out. Okay, so this next one you may need a block also, or a pillow or something, or you could just end up resting your head, say, on your arm and elbow like that. So we're going to come back, actually, let's do this a little differently. So sitting on your buttocks, feet are wide. Drop both legs over to the right. Put the right foot kind of on top of just above the knee. Okay, and then you're going to come down. Actually, I did that wrong. Okay, so what I want is we're going to, whichever way you go to, it doesn't matter. Have your lower leg down and bent. I didn't do this very well at all. It could be that I need it to go. All right, I'm just going to help us get into it. So, okay, so we're down with our knees bent and stacked. Bring the top leg over and touch it just above the knee of the lower leg. Now you come down, and if you can reach that foot from behind, that's the leg that's lower than the other one, and begin to pull or push your foot into your hand, so that there's a big stretch happening there. Now with your upper body, try to bring your shoulder that's up back down to the mat or toward the mat. Your other hand, for me, it's my right hand and my left leg are lower. They're both on the ground. That could just be in cactus pose or just sticking out straight, helping to hold you up. We're really helping to push into that arm that's on the floor to push your shoulders even more twisted toward the other side. And remember, you're holding on to that lower leg, foot. You're getting a stretch in your quadricep because you're pushing back into your hand, and that's helping to draw the leg backward behind you a little bit. Breathing. I totally know what I forgot to do and how we set that up now. We'll do it on the other side in a minute. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the affirmation for this one. My joyful attitude keeps me young. So it's active in both arms. Both arms are doing something. Push it. The lower arm is pushing into the ground. The hand that's holding the foot is holding, and that foot is pushing away, so the hand actually has to hold on. And that upper shoulder is seeking its way toward the mat. And release that. On the exhale, slowly help yourself up.
I have a question right there.
What's that?
I have a question. So the top leg, the knee, when you're trying to get the left shoulder, the opposing shoulder, are you trying to keep the knee down?
The knees stayed down in the lower
And
leg. Did you mean the upper leg?
the upper leg.
The upper
Yeah.
leg?
Maybe when
You're not trying to get that on the floor.
you're not trying to keep that on the floor when the shoulder's trying to go down.
So, whoops, it's this way. So I've got the lower leg.
Yeah, your left leg, the knee doesn't have to stay down.
It may not.
Okay. That's what because I noticed yours was down as you were
Yeah.
doing it. Okay. Does it need to be? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different. In
Right.
some ways, I'm really flexible. So,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we'll try on the other side now. Okay. So what we can do is you could raise that right foot up onto the left and then bring those down toward the floor. Come down into laying down. So again, you've got the lower leg on the mat. Maybe you can reach back there and grab that lower leg foot. So definitely my back knee is on the ground, but I don't know if that would be the case for everyone. And whether my upper knee is on the ground is questionable. I mean, it could be if I rolled that way, but at the same time, I'm trying to bring my shoulder, my upper shoulder down to the mat. So there's competing forces happening there. So you do not have to have that upper knee on the mat. And I didn't say this on the other side, but you could also look around to the other side with your neck. That might bring you an additional stretch that you're looking for. And pushing away with that foot that's being held. Don't forget to breathe. Turn the music back on. And the affirmation is I commit to taking great care of myself. So you actually could take your lower arm hand and place it on the upper knee, bringing that closer to the floor, all the while holding the foot behind you with your upper arm. Where do you need a stretch through your spine? This is a great twist. We hold a lot of emotions along our spine, and twists are a good way to address those. I commit to taking great care of myself. To make that even more challenging, you could say it like it's already happening. I take great care of myself. And then your brain starts going, except for when I blah, 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 blah. And how do I take great care of myself? Okay, release. And we're going to work our way onto our back. For happy baby, that'll be our last posture. So lift your knees up toward your chest, then feet go upward. Bring it in close so you can reach through between your knees with both hands and grab your feet, either on the outside of your feet or the inside. Just try to get out of that sun a little bit more, just so you can see. I don't know if that helps. Okay, knees coming down toward the armpits. It's a great stretch for your lower back, for your legs. Each day, the planet refines me further. It's like you're a beautiful piece of art that is being refined more and more each day, revealing the true magnificence of who you really are and what you bring to the planet. And just try for a moment, as you pull down with your feet, at the same time, push into your feet a little bit. Push into your hands a little bit with your feet. The soles of your feet are facing the ceiling. And now relax that down into full Shavasana posture. So you're laying on your back. And your feet are kind of at the corners of your mat. Your hands are palms facing up. Your arms are on either side of your body, palms up. You might want to briefly readjust your spine if it feels like it's not aligned. And the affirmation is, I love who I am and who I am becoming. Actually, I want to shift that a little bit. I love who I was, who I am, and who I am becoming. It's all one. Love every part of you. Everything deserves love. Every time in your life deserves you to give it love. Give your memories love. Give your current life behaviors love. And projecting love into the future. Go ahead and begin to stretch out as you wish. And work your way up into, where am I? Oh my gosh. Oh, there's one. There's a little sliver. Okay, so we're going to close the class just with a moment together. Hands together at the heart center. Inhale through the nose. Exhaling, bow your head. Namaste. All right, thank you for joining me today. Please subscribe to my channel for more classes like this.